Daniel here for Tabletop for One and my top 5 board game themes. And I thank you for joining me on Tabletop for One. I have a top 5 board game themes that I personally enjoy and look for when I purchase a game. Now, normally mechanics make the big difference on whether or not I'm going to like a game, but the theme often helps. And so I have these themes that I tend to gravitate towards, but I'd be happy to know which ones you like and maybe what are your top 5, because I like to explore different themes. I especially like unique themes. And speaking of unique themes, I have an honorable mention. It doesn't make the list, but I have the My Little Pony deck building game. Now, there are not enough My Little Pony board games. I'm sorry, there are not enough. This is the only one I know of. Maybe there's a couple others. This is a fantastic deck builder, but I want more of the theme. I would love a My Little Pony miniatures game. That would be fantastic. I'd love that. But we'll see what the future has in store for that. But definitely recommend this game. This is a really fun deck builder. Nothing to take too seriously, just to enjoy the mechanics and the art and everything. And so let's go on to my top 5 list. And number 5 comes in with the theme of medical. Now, I don't have a lot of medical games, and I'm looking to explore that. I want to get Healthy Heart Hospital, and I also already have Defenders of Soma. It's a deck battling game where you're antibiotics fighting against bacteria. I got that recently. I haven't yet played it. I just haven't had the time, but I plan on playing it soon and providing a playthrough. But the one game that I wanted to feature today is one from my favorite designer, or not my favorite, but one of my favorite designers, and that's Albin Viard, and that's Clinic Deluxe. Clinic Deluxe is this excellent hospital management game where you're managing everything from janitorial stuff to the patients to even the parking lot, and you're having to make sure there's adequate parking. You have these really interesting building of the hospital with multi-levels and adjacency requirements and stuff like that. It's an excellent game. It's a heavier game, but it's so good. Out of the box, it's a great game. There are like, I don't know, 6 expansions now, maybe 7. I forget how many. There's a solo campaign book, but that relies on you having a lot of the expansions. I have them all, but I don't recommend necessarily that you go in and get it all. Start out with the base game and see if it's your kind of game. If you like this, you'll like the expansions. If you don't, then there's no reason to spend all the money on the expansions. But I happen to love this game. I love Albin Viard. I think he's one of the best designers. Medical theme it is. Now, suggest to me some medical games, because I don't know of a lot out there. I haven't searched for a lot, but I'm definitely curious as to which ones you think would be great in my collection, especially solo games. And so the next theme, number 4, is horror. Now, I already have Arkham Horror. I have Cthulhu Death May Die up there. I backed the latest Cthulhu Death May Die expansion. I have Bloody Inn. But the one that I really want to feature today is going to be Bloodborne. Now, Bloodborne is a dungeon crawling horror game, and it doesn't use any dice. And one of the fantastic things about this is it has a little mini deck build that you have going on in there. You're trying to manage your time and gain experience, and you jump into this dream world, upgrade your character, and jump back in, but everything respawns. And you have this modular map that you go and you search different places, you flip over tiles, see new enemies, see new items. This game is so good. There's nothing I dislike about this game. It is hard though, so go in knowing you're going to die, knowing you're going to lose often, but it is so good. The miniatures are fantastic. They look amazing, and they look horrific. Really, they do. And I don't own everything for this. I have the base pledge plus some expansions, and I recently got some extra expansions. I'm looking forward to opening up those and trying those out. But I'd highly recommend this game. I do recommend that you play 2 hunters rather than 1, but 1 hunter works. It's just really difficult. But yeah, this game is so good. I can't recommend it enough. It's probably a 10 out of 10. I haven't officially reviewed it, but I think it would be a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10 for me. I can't tell you how much I enjoy Bloodborne, way more than I thought I would, because I don't know. I went in expecting nothing and got everything I wanted out of it. And so for the number 3 theme, this one, you might be able to see it behind Clinic Deluxe here, but we have the giant Galactus here. So superheroes is one of my favorite themes. I absolutely love superhero games. I have a ton of the Marvel games. I have Marvel Champions, Marvel United. I backed Marvel Zombies, obviously. I have the X-Men Insurrection. I have other games. But the one I want to point out right now, of course, is a classic superhero game, and that's Sentinels of the Multiverse. And now I have the definitive edition with the Rook City expansion. I haven't explored this fully, and honestly, I haven't got it to the table as much as I should. But this game is so good, and when they upgraded it to the definitive edition and improved some of the quality of life issues from the old edition, it made this game so much better. And I absolutely love this game. I love the fact that I can just grab a deck and play and fight the boss. And, well, multiple decks because you play multiple characters. But it's easy to go, easy to set up, easy to play. I just enjoy it. There's really good decision making in which cards you play and when, and how you tackle the boss. There's so much variety with locations and bosses and everything. It's great. I can't recommend this game enough. Now, I just say get the base game. You know, don't go and do an all-in on their latest Kickstarter, whenever their next one is. They always do a Kickstarter. But just go in with the base game, get that one, try it out, because you don't need to go for all the stuff yet. This is a greater than games production, and often their stuff is in retail anyways. So you could probably pick up this one for, I don't know, maybe 40 bucks. And I definitely think it's worth a shot if you like superhero games, plus with pre-constructed decks. Just know that you have to play multiple characters. It's not that hard though. It's not much of an upkeep to play multiple characters. And so for number 2, I haven't featured many of these games on this channel, but I love train games. I can't get enough of train games. I get train games that are not solo games so I can play them two-handed against myself. So some of those honorable mentions include Imperial Steam. And then I also have behind me here Imperial Spells in Steam, which I'm not going to mention now because it covers a theme later on that I'm going to mention. But I have so many train games. I've mentioned Shinkansen Zero Kai. I also have Tramways from Alban VR, the designer of Clinic. And I love these games. They're so great. And so the one game I want to feature, and it's on my mind because the Pledge Manager just opened up for it, and that is On the Underground. Now, On the Underground is not exactly the prettiest game to look at. You know, it's got a very clear network subway map on the board. But the systems in place of trying to get passengers from one place to another, building tracks and that sort of thing works so well. Now, I actually have not played this with the solo Automa. See, my edition didn't come with it, and it was an add-on for the Kickstarter, just something I overlooked. But I have backed the latest Kickstarter and got both Automa decks for this one and the new edition. So I really look forward to trying out that Automa deck. I believe it's a David Turtsey design along with somebody else. But On the Underground is a fantastic game. I played two-handed against myself right now, and I still love it. It's a great game. I love the network building. And so I absolutely love train games. I recently got Isle of Trains, the Kickstarter delivery, so looking forward to playing that and providing a tutorial playthrough for that. Yeah, it's such a great theme. Now we go on to number 1, and you know, this one took me by surprise because I started to realize how much more and more and more I appreciated this theme. This theme is not necessarily one that resonates with a lot of people, but for me, I don't know. I just really enjoy it. It's the colorful characters, it's the style of art and that sort of thing, and that's anime. And so I have a variety of anime games. I have Imperial Spells in Steam. I have Argent the Consortium. I have Bullet up here. Ironically, those are all level 99 production games because they produce a lot of anime games. And I enjoy those games. I even play Argent the Consortium two-handed against myself because there's no solo mode in the box. Now I'm developing a solo mode for it, but I love that game. I love the art style. I love everything about it. And so the game I want to feature is one you've seen on my channel if you've watched a lot of my videos, and that's Genshin Taro. Now Genshin Taro is a boss battling game. This is another one where you pick multiple characters and you craft a deck together. And it's actually all the characters in one deck. And the one deck works really well. You're drawing cards, you're fighting the boss, you're doing different abilities, you have ultimate abilities that you can fire off, and you're trying to get through this progression of enemies until you get to the boss, and then the boss comes into play and you're fighting the boss, and I love this game. The production value is through the roof. The tarot cards have gold foil on them. The card stock is very thick and well done. The art is all original art. It's a fan-made game based off of the Genshin Impact universe. And I just love everything about it. There's double layer player boards. The components are real nice. The cardboard tokens are excellent. Everything about this game I love. It comes with 3 bosses in it. And I think I have like 28 characters or something like that. It's so good. Now, this was a review copy, so take that into consideration with my opinion on it. But I absolutely love this game. This would have been a game that I would have backed had I known about it and knew how it played, because this is the kind of game that I just really enjoy. I love boss battling games, just like Bullet, just like Bloodborne, just like Sentinels. There's so many boss battling games in my collection, and this is no exception. Genshin Taro is a fantastic game with fantastic art and gameplay, and I just absolutely love it. All right, and so there you go. Those are my top 5 board game themes. Obviously, you have different opinions about themes. So I'd love to know what your top 5 themes are and games that you have in those themes that really strike that theme well, just like I've presented here. Also, give me any suggestions to help fill out these themes. I would love suggestions on medical or even more anime games. I actually have more coming. I have a game that I'm going to be previewing later, and it's a little anime set collection, almost like a Pokemon type game. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, give me some more suggestions. Tell me your favorite expansion for Bloodborne. Tell me the best combination for Sentinels. I'd love to hear it. Comment below. Also, please like and subscribe to this channel if you like the content you see here. And if you'd like to support me on Patreon, I have a link in the description, and I appreciate everybody who's supported me thus far. And I thank you very much for joining me on Tabletop for One. Have a great night.